What do you mean you don't know anything about G.I. Joe? Well, you're from the wrong generation, my friend. If I put you up in front of a Power Rangers thing or a Ninja Turtle or something like that, you probably know everything about them verbatim. So that's okay. How you doing, Noah? Hope things are well with you. Let's get on to the right screen here. And of course, since we are in doing G.I. Joe week this week, we figured we might as well put the greatest American hero flag up behind us too, even though we're Canadians, so we feel like we're way out of place here. But that's okay. Thanks for joining us as we're going to get into some fun today. We're going to play some G.I. Joe on the arcade mode, and we're going to get into another game after that. That's not G.I. Joe, but that's okay. So G.I. Joe back in the 80s was the big thing. Other than He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, it really rebranded the action figure. It was why things got into what they got into. We got to click. Oh, not in anywhere else I'm supposed to be here. It was just there. Honest, it was. There it was. G. .I. There it is. But again, thanks everybody for hanging out with us this morning. Hope you're all having a fantastic Sunday. A little better late than never, but we are going to get into some G.I. Joe fun this week. And we're going to play the Konami Classic from 1992. The audio might be a little loud, so hopefully it's not too blaring in people's heads like it was last night on my head when I was trying to do a test on this. But yes. So we redefined the action figure genre. It came out just after Star Wars finished, so Kenner and everybody in Hasbro needed toys to keep pumping out things, so they went to this. They got Marvel to do the comics, and the rest, as they say, is history. Kids bought it. You know, your buddies all had G.I. Joe figures. In my case, my friend Chris Berry had the USS big old aircraft carrier, which had to be 7 feet long. Had to be. So darn expensive. He had a table in his room just for that thing. I didn't have a lot of G.I. Joes. I think I had Duke. I had Snake Eyes. I had the Cobra Commander. I had Destro. Then I think the following year I got the Hovercraft and the Hovercraft Driver for my birthday in April. I think it was also an Easter gift too, so I was like, okay. We'll let the intro start here and we'll go through it in a second so you guys can see everything else, but yes. And of course, we're going to work our way through the Nintendo games. We're going to play the Atari game. I'm not sure what we do in that Atari game still yet. We're going to play that one. We do have the one on the Xbox 360 as well. We're not all playing them today. We're going to play them, break them up through the week. So that's what the content's going to be probably in the mornings this week, guys and gals, before we go to work. Yeah, it's absolutely all right not to know anything long, but if you go look at if you have Netflix, go watch The Toys That Made Us. It's a great documentary on how these toys got made and everything else. All right, it's time to start putting some quarters in the machine here because we're going to need a lot of them. Wait, 620. I'm going to need 40, so $10 worth of quarters. If you guys also can do that favor, if you haven't already followed us over and subscribed over on the YouTube, make sure you guys do that too. All right, so I always use Scarlet when I play this one, just because I don't know, I seem to do better with Scarlet. Seem to do better with Scarlet for some reason. And Cobra spreads mass destruction and chaos. You're always the best mod. Of course you are. Of course you are. How's the audio? Is nothing too loud, guys? Nothing too crazy? Nothing playing in the background. It's not supposed to be playing in the background. No echoes or anything. Oh, you're already getting sideswiped here. This one in the arcade, this would eat your quarters in 5 seconds. Especially if you're trying to play 2-player or play the 4-player console. Cabinet mode on it. Usually we wind up playing either duels with my buddy Tim or not. But again, it was just like 40 quarters was $10, so that was pretty much table room money for the whole week. Went out the window to play one game. I was in love with Scarlet. What's not to love about that redhead? Come on. Have you seen the movies? Like I said, we die a lot.
Yo, Joe.
Especially when they're throwing missiles at us on top of things. I hope everybody had a good weekend so far anyways. If you guys watched the pay-per-views last night, it was interesting to see some things, and it was also kind of predictable too, so. Thanks to those who did jump into the Discord to watch the pay-per-view with us. It's nice to have 3 people hanging out with. Watch some of it. We'll have to do that again. We're going to do a Discord movie night this week too, so. No! Why are you knowing? Alright, here come the twins. Crimson Guard were commanders. Elmax and his buddy, his brother. But there is a YouTube channel that has it on 24/7 too, so you get hooked like I do sometimes. I just turn it on in the background and watch G.I. Joe's when I'm doing work. I don't really watch them, I just have the sound on. Alright, we gotta get rid of these things, guys. A little faster than we're doing it right now, because can't have Discord. Well, then maybe we'll figure something else that you can watch it on, Noah. I just don't know how to do it without getting a copyright strike. Like, I can't, obviously, can't play it here. Haven't seen the G.I. Joe movies or not? No worries. Rise of Cobra's alright. Snake Eyes origin story is okay too. The other one's just retaliation or whatever it was, or retribution, wasn't that great. But go watch the actual animated cartoon from the 80s. That's what we grew up with. Mind you, yeah, when they came out, I was probably like 10 or 11, so I was in grade 3 or 4. Alright, I think I got the tank down to nothing now. Alright, the twins are down. Knocked out. And you'll see the interesting segue, like literally 5 seconds later, it fades to an airbase. Gonna watch a horror movie tonight? Which one you watching? Take this jet that is in front of us, right in front of us here, because it's coming right for us here. Smile? You watching number 1 or number? Oh, I guess number 2's not out yet, is it? That's out soon, isn't it? I think the teenagers both watched that in the theaters. I'm not sure. Did you see Deadpool or no? I've been waiting to watch it with everybody else, so that's why we gotta do a Discord movie night sometime this week. Have to figure out the schedule this afternoon. Once we're done all our streams and everything this morning. So if you guys miss one of these live streams, you can catch us on YouTube as well. Are that streaming guessing? Because of that movie, or no? Okay. I didn't get a chance to see it in the theaters, which, you know, is kind of weird. Even the theater manager sent a message. It's like, are you okay? Because you usually are here, like, opening night. Like, sneak preview night. For movies like this. And she found out I was in the hospital. She's like, oh, no. First, she just figured I got busy because of baseball. It's like, yeah, usually we're all over this thing. Alright, we're getting to the base and the tank commander. Or the Rocketeer League, or whatever the heck his name is. I can't remember this guy's name. Here he comes. Anti-tank specialist, Metalhead. There he is. Of course, this game came out, I want to say around the same time that Area 51 came out. In the arcade, of course, you had the, you didn't have that control, you didn't have a thumbstick, you had the G.I. Joe gun thing. It was one of those games they put on those silly gun amps things, but whoever converted it for MAME actually put it back into a controller option, so there's that. Let's knock him down a peg or two here. These guys get their rockets out of my face. Knock him down again. Going for some more roulette here. He stops trying to shoot us with his silliness. And now he's bouncing around like a Mexican junkie name. Yeah, we got a health pack. Okay. Let's go see the health packs. Oops. Need to give you candy? What kind of candy, Noah? I can't have candy now right now anyway, so I can't do the corn syrup. I gotta fix the bots so that the emotes show up on the screen again. Maybe we'll work on that this afternoon when we're figuring out the schedule for the week, too. Well, since the Griffins got knocked out of baseball, we don't have any plans. I don't even know if we're doing national now. Because it might all be in Waterloo now. If that's the case, we're going to be... Sorry, I can't do it. Not clear to travel that far. You know, it's only 45 minutes. You need gummy clusters? Nerds gummy clusters? That's my son's favorite, those Nerds ropes. He will eat the things, like he's not usually a big candy person, but he'll eat those. That and Butterfingers. How is he still alive? How is he still alive here? There he goes, jeez. How many missiles did I have to hit the guy with? They have the university, so they have the OUA regional, or sorry, the OUA championships next weekend. They're in Toronto. Or actually, they're in Ajax, which is the other side of Toronto, which is like almost 2 hours from here, so I won't be doing it unless they decide to put us up in a hotel or something. Alright, we're going to lose lots of quarters in this round, because this is where we usually get obliterated. There's so many enemies on the screen, and the game goes for crawl usually. G.I. Joe took off, so then they launched the Transformers. They got our money, and not the plastic Transformers these kids have got these days. Those things are metal. You drop them on your foot, you left a mark. If you dropped Optimus Prime on your foot, you're going to the hospital to get a cast on your toe. I have to dig out some Transformers games, too, one of these weeks. Give Noah here an education on the old stuff. I think I've only got the... Well, I've got two of them on the Xbox 360, I think. I think I've got Rise of Cybertron And I got the one I didn't like. We gotta finish it anyway, so like if I finish it, I can actually go sell it. So I can put it on eBay for somebody. Somebody else can have it. I don't need to have it kicking around the house that long.
Yo, Joe!
You have to use a VPN now to watch me? Why? Just because of your parents or what?
I can't wait to see you. It's showtime.
Alright, so the trick to this part was always, you know, get rid of all the other stuff, or get around all the added stuff here before they came through here, and because your Wi-Fi, okay. You have no Wi-Fi. Oh, okay, that'll do it. Are you grounded from the Wi-Fi? Or did you guys get a really high Wi-Fi bill and that's why your mom killed it? Oh, because you're in the car. Oh, you're in the car. Okay, well, jeez. Don't run up your... Don't kill your data plan because of me, man. I appreciate you hanging out, but don't kill your data plan. We're only in, like, the 6th day of October. I hope your plan doesn't, like, go crazy here. Alright, so the Baroness is in the car, in the big jet whenever we get the big jet back here. Until then, we have to, there she comes. So now we want to take out the sides as much as possible in the guns. No problems. Have a great day at church, sir. Pay attention. Guns out.
Yo, Joe!
Alright, she fell off. Her plane is no more. The Baroness is defeated. Of course, in typical G.I. Joe fashion, they don't die. They just fall off things and you're gonna come back magically 5 minutes later in the next cartoon. Or in the next video game. Yo, this is it.
Yo, Joe!
That's not, really. These guys run right at you, so it's just... You don't have a choice. You have to either take these guys out or you get taken out by them. Watch out for the trees, too, because they get in your way. And these guys in the flamethrowers in the jungle, which makes no sense. If they wanted to be conscious about the environment, we've used 6 quarters. We're getting close to the Cobra base, thank goodness, because this is getting insane.
Yo, Joe!
thanks for tuning in to G.I. Joe Week. If you're new to the channel, I'm MAME or Dadsbacklog. We started the channel just because I wanted to play a lot of the older games that I might not have played all the way through when I was growing up, or whatever else, or didn't have the money for it. I probably just rented them from a rental store and at some point got them through. But over the years, we've acquired quite a collection of Xbox, PlayStation, Genesis, Nintendo games, various stuff like that. Of course, now that we have the emulators and everything, things like that too, so pay attention to that, Nintendo. The opportunity to play through a lot of stuff that we didn't get a chance to either play it or wanted to play it and just didn't have time to play it. So you'll see that a lot on our channels. So if you haven't hit the subscribe buttons, the like buttons, the follow buttons, and everything else, as Major Blood is now out on the field, but that doesn't look anything like Major Blood I remember. It was always more and more brown stuff. You did have the eye patch, but it looked more like a pirate. I always thought somebody at Hasbro just said, oh, we got this character model we can't use for anything else. We're going to make a Pirates thing, and then said Pirates ain't gonna sell, so they turned this guy into Major Blood. That's what I always thought he was. Here go the credits. Alright, let's focus the power on the actual base behind Major Blood, because that's what's shooting at us now. Major Blood just here says it's a giant distraction to get us to throw another quarter in here. And now he's down, and then we're going for the base. Which is now going to rise from the ashes here and transform magically into something else. Ta-da! And you can tell this was a Konami game because this looks like a Contra element. Right down to the laser eyes. We'll give it a couple missiles to the diet and see if we can't get the laser beam to stop shooting at us. Which one doesn't miss? If you were playing two-player, one of you would focus on the trash on the sides, the other one would focus on the missile launcher. And as you kept dying, we just keep peppering missiles at the base. Going for some extra weapon drops, rocket drops, like that. You do want the rapid fire, but you don't want to die as soon as you get the rapid fire. Alright, now we're into the secret hidden base underneath the ground here. How did I miss that guy? He was like 4 inches from me. There's a Discord invite if you guys haven't joined our Discord as well. Always welcome to do so. And hang out, be a part of the community, and watch some movies or some live pay-per-view events with us. Well, I guess they're not pay-per-view events anymore, and I don't PLE, like paid live events, premium live events. They don't call them pay-per-views anymore. Pay-per-view doesn't exist anymore. Well, it doesn't. It doesn't. At least not in the WWE world and the AEW world now. It's a buy the subscription, you get this for, you can watch this for whatever. Be interested to see how that goes with Netflix goes next year. Now we're officially in the cavern base. But they forgot to turn the lights on here for a while. I had to actually wait for the background to drop. That scene always reminded me of the scene from Star Wars when the Han Files was chasing the stormtroopers back at the Death Star, and all of a sudden comes across a whole battalion of stormtroopers and decides to run the other way. Yeah, I've played this a few times recently. I will caution you guys when we're playing the Nintendo versions. I do have the Game Genie active to give us a couple boosts and to slow things down in certain slots because I'm not that good. I'm not that good. Like, there was just parts of those games that it was like, even when I was a kid, I just couldn't get past. My buddy would always bring up the Never Game Genie, and we'd finally get through them, but we're just not that good at those games. This is where I didn't understand why we needed this whole layer part with a whole bunch of stuff through caves. It seemed like it was just trying to add more money to the quarter cup collection. Yeah, exactly, Lyndon. My timing's way worse. How's your morning going, sir? So don't judge me when you're seeing me play those things. I have a couple cheats turned on. Sorry. No judging. Would you rather see the end of the game, or would you rather see me struggle for 45 minutes at the same part? That's the question I ask people. And trust me, when we play the Xbox version and we play the Series X version of the G.I. Joe games, yeah, the cheats are on. I'm telling you right now, they're on. Because the one game is 7 hours by itself. Didn't want to truck in a bit? Nice. I've got this to show off this morning, and I have another game I was given a key for, but I might be able to jump in for stuff. I might jump into some trucking this afternoon. I'll be pretty sure I figure out the schedule for the week, too. Now that baseball's not an option. Griffins unfortunately got knocked out yesterday, so they're not even going to Nationals. They're hosting Nationals, so now I'm kind of hoping they redo the schedule and everything's at Jack Couch Park in Kitchener, so I don't feel bad and don't feel like I have to do some stuff because I won't be there for it. Alright, we're making our way through the base. Alright. Comes the big showdown with our friend Destro. Sorry, spoiler alert.
You won't get up after this one.
Alright, if memory serves me correctly, we want to kill the frogmen because they have missile launchers. There's Destro's first attempt to pop it back up. Gonna steady a couple diets of rockets. The rapid fire, try to stay alive long enough to use the rapid fire. Missile. Got the airships. The guys on the left. Put Destro's hovercraft under a little bit of fire. We've used 10 quarters so far. I don't think it's terrible for an arcade game, but you know, it's still a lot. Let's do $2.50 out of a kid's paper route allowance, which only usually get $10 for doing the paper route the whole week. They got the gods of the crack of dawn silliness to get up at 6:15 and deliver papers for the Toronto Sun. And of course, we had the great idea, let's do the Gulf Mercury too on top of that, and that was afternoons. I tell you, the Saturday and Sunday Toronto Stars, Toronto Suns were so darn heavy. Like the 3 times the weight because everything else, all the flyers and everything else, the comics and everything else, and all the pre-printed sections for the whole week. They weigh you down. Alright, he's gonna miss over here. on, Destro. Just play nice, would you?
Yo,
There you
yo.
go. Alright, we're almost down to the final showdown here. Us and Cobra Commander. Oops, spoiler alerts. We're facing the Cobra Commander next. Just so you know. I always just thought it said something else there, where it says battle, because I couldn't read it on the... Believe it what we thought, what was it? I'm so glad we finished off the International Coffee, pumpkin spice, whatever that thing was. So glad that's gone. I wasn't a fan. But since Jenny wasn't drinking it, I had to finish it off. Oh man, these things are being savages. Okay, 12 quarters wasted so far. Well, I wouldn't say wasted, spent. Invested into this arcade cabinet. That's not really an arcade cabinet, man. At least I'm not dealing with the cigarette smoke. Yeah. My mom loves those flavor things. She would buy them constantly, so I don't want to have to drink the darn things just to get rid of them. And we got the international coffee flavor things this time, like French vanilla, thankfully. But I usually get I'll get the coffee make double one just to put it in the coffee in the morning, like a plain coffee person. And sometimes I'll throw it with tea. But the pumpkin spice it was not a good idea. Yeah. Like, I don't mind the certain ones, like we have at work or something. There's a maple one that's not bad. I think we're at the they have the Marley coffee brand. One upstairs in Perlman. But a maple one, they have a mint one which is not bad, but I don't drink. Like, I'll have it probably once that week. They have it on as a flavor thing. Alright, we're into the darkness now, so now guess who we're facing? Give you one hint. Cobra Commander!
The greatest!
My whole thing about this is I wish they would have had the voice actor from the G.I. Joe comics to do these voices for Cobra Commander and Destro. It would have made it a little more fun for this part. And of course, in the typical Konami games, you see that purple thing, don't shoot him because you're not going to get him anyways. It's like a force field. So use 14 quarters. And when he's not exposed, just give him a misses up in his midsection, and he'll go about his way. And just try to avoid everything else. While he's doing whatever he does, just like Shredder does in the Konami arcade game. And the Ninja Turtles. Just stay out of his way. I know. Well, again, it's just also the probably they just didn't have the room on the chips and everything else. They had to keep the costs down at some point, so you know the actual places would either purchase the machines or rent them. And there goes Scarlet. That Cobra's a robot. Imagine that. Ah, now he's back. And when we get to the Nintendo ones, I used to play the Atlantis one because that was the only one we could get with Thomas Video. Didn't know there was another G.I. Joe game until like maybe 7 years after that fact. When I was at a buddy's house and I saw he pulled out the cartridge and it had a white sticker and I'm like, that's not the Atlantis. The Atlantis product? No, this one was out before that. So like I played that one and had their place and I was like, oh, this one's 10 times better. Alright. Let's keep rolling here. Try to take out Mr. Cobra Commander. He's not starting to flash red yet, so we're not close to killing him. Konami games were notorious for doing this again. They would bring out the boss and then bring him out again momentarily later. It's a super souped up version of him with his true self. Did it with Shredder, did it with Kang, did it with everybody else. And then he just falls off the back because, you know, like I said, in every G.I. Joe game, the evil bad guys never die. They just fall off and disappear. They come back the next episode. How they used to get you to come back and play more is this isn't to tell you you'll see in a minute. They say the game's not over just yet, and then it starts over. If they want you to spend more quarters, or if they want you to lose your last lives or whatever quarters you still in the machine. But that is the G.I. Joe arcade game by Konami. We're going to take a quick break. I'm going to switch the titles over to something else. I'm going to stop the VOD so we can put this on YouTube as well. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. Thanks for watching this morning as well. And like I said, we're going to continue G.I. Joe week all week this week. Probably the morning stuff. We'll work our way through a bunch of games. We have the two Nintendo games. We are going to try the arcade game as well. So we'll do that. You guys have fun.
Mission
and we'll see you in a few minutes here.